Hello viewers, welcome back to our channel. Today we'll talk about green manure for soil improvement. Green manure are crops that are planted for the purpose of incorporating into the soil as organic matter. Most people know farmyard manure as organic matter, but we also realize that many farmers don't have adequate manure for use in their farms. And so scientists have done a lot of research to provide good alternative organic matter. Green manure crops are cut when they are still green before flowering. And green manure crops are usually legumes, the bean family, which can accumulate a lot of biomass in a short period of time. And by biomass, I mean the crop produces a lot of leaves that can be incorporated into the soil. There are many types of legumes that can be used as green manure crops. However, the most preferred uh, beans are the mucuna bean, also called the velvet bean, crotalaria, also called the sun hemp, and the lab species, among others. These preferred ones are because of their capacity to accumulate lots of biomass in a short period of time. Scientists say that our soils are depleted of organic matter. This is due to continuous farming practices. And in the past, the farms were left fallow for some seasons to allow for replenishment of nutrients in the soil. But today, this is not feasible because of the small sizes of farms. Organic matter, as mentioned in the other video, is very important for our soils. For one, the organic matter adds nutrients to the soil once the organic matter decomposes. Organic matter also improves water holding capacity of the soil so that when it rains, the moisture can stay in the soil a little longer for the benefit of the crops. Organic matter also improves soil structure, and good soil structure enables good establishment of the root system. Good soil structure allows for infiltration of water into the soil when it rains. In instances where the soil, for instance, is compacted, most of the water is lost as surface runoff or soil erosion. Good soil structure also enables good aeration of the soil, or the air movement in the soil for the benefit of the roots and also the microbes in the soil. Organic matter also reduces the stickiness of the clay soils and makes it easy to till the soil. For those who have experience with clay soils, sometimes it can be very difficult to manage. But if there is sufficient organic matter, the soil becomes a little bit manageable. Let me add that green manure legumes also add nitrogen to the soil. Most legumes have nitrogen fixing capacity. In other words, legumes fix nitrogen from the air and adds it to the soil. And this nitrogen fixation helps to reduce the requirement for nitrogen fertilizers. And indeed, the University of Nairobi, the soil department, developed a rhizobium called biofix. Biofix is added to beans and other legumes before planting to help or to improve their capacity to fix nitrogen from the air. Now, when we add fertilizers, the inorganic fertilizers as they are called, to the soil, they supply nutrients to the plants, but they have no effect on soil structure. They do not improve water retention of the soil, and they do not reduce soil erosion. So for effective utilization of the fertilizers, we really need to address the organic matter depletion in our soils. In dry areas, the green manure crops are not incorporated into the soil. They are left on the surface as mulch. And the mulch helps to conserve water. The mulch protects the soil from weed erosion, because where the soils are very light and it's very dry, strong winds blow away the soil. So the mulch helps to protect the soil from weed erosion. The mulch also helps with water infiltration. When it rains, the water gets into the soil and is not lost as runoff. And the mulch also protects the soil from strong sunlight or strong sun, because the strong sun can destroy the microbes or reduce the microbial activity in the soil. Microbial activity is another big subject which we won't address in this video, but the mulch helps to protect the soil from the strong sunlight. Mulch also helps to reduce pests and diseases. Now, the green manure crops can be planted as a single crop. They can also be intercropped with other crops such as maize, and they can also be used as rotational crop. However, there is a challenge because of the small sizes of the farms. Farmers do not want to plant a crop that they can't harvest for food. And so, where large size is a limitation, farmers usually plant the green manure crops after they harvest beans, for instance. The green manure crops continue to grow with the intercropped maize, and when the maize is harvested, the green manure crops continue to grow, and they are incorporated into the soil during the land preparation for the next planting season. Green manure crops are also planted along terraces where the farming is being done on very hilly terrain or slopy terrain. They are planted along the terraces primarily for soil erosion control, as well as for green manure incorporation into the soil. Scientists again say that soil erosion is the major cause of soil degradation. And indeed, we can see the extent of soil erosion in our rivers. In particularly hilly terrain, most of the soil is washed down to the river when it rains. And the color of water in most of our rivers is brown because it's carrying tons and tons of soil. Indeed, the soil that is washed to the river is the topsoil, which has organic matter. And so when you plant maize or other crops, you get the yields are reduced to a great extent because even if fertilizer was put, it's washed down to the river by the rain. And so it is very important that we take soil conservation measures, especially when we are farming on hilly terrain. Let me conclude by saying that for our food security and for improved crop yields, we need to address depletion of organic matter in our soils, even as we continue to use fertilizers to supply nutrients to the crops. I will stop there for today and ask that you support our channel by subscribing. And also, we ask that you share your experience using green manure in our comment section. Thank you.